Hello, my name is Daniel Jean Baptiste. I'm happy to be with you uh, today. Um, and also, I have good news for you. For those of you who can't speak Creole or who don't speak it properly, who want to learn a new language, those of you who have been begging me for help, who have requested me to help them. Today I'm here. I'm here to help you, and I'm gonna from now on, let's say I'm gonna try to be on YouTube almost every week to help you with that new language named Creole. It's a beautiful language. And Creole, the word Creole means mix, mix. Creole is made of 90% of French, about 7% of African, and then probably 3% of like Native American of that language, tribal language, and a little bit of Spanish. Um, and let's dive quickly into our subject, Creole. And today we're gonna uh, dive directly into what we call the pronunciation, the phonetics, and also the alphabet. We're gonna move on to some certain sounds and certain rules very quickly. So let's go. Let's do that. As you can see on your screen, uh, Creole has 32 letters. The alphabet, the Creole alphabet has 32 letters. Many of you don't know that. Many of you didn't know that, or probably many of you just like don't remember. So remember that many languages they have 26. We have 32 letters in our language, Creole. And what are those letters? Those letters are A. I'm gonna pronounce them for you. A, an, b, sh, d, e, e, f, j, i, j, k, l, m, n, o, on, u, r, s, lui, v, y, z. Okay, I wanna repeat them again. A, un, an, b, sh, d, e, f, j, i, j, k, l, m, n, o, on, u, p, r, s, lui, v, y, z. So it's 32 letters, and so we have seen the letters, and we have also talked about the sound, the phonetics. Um, if you want to have more information, you can type Creole uh, alphabet IPA, or Creole alphabet IPA. You will definitely have the sound and international phonetic uh, international phonetic association, style. So you can perfectly understand and hear, visualize, how everything is. So basically, let's move to the fourth thing we're gonna talk about the division of the alphabet. Our alphabet is those letters, not the alphabet. Those letters are divided into two groups: 17 consonants. You already know what is a consonant, okay? And 15 vowels. So let's move on to the second slide, on our third slide actually. So the 17 consonants are, for those of you who are Haitians, for those of you who are non-Haitians, who are English speaking people, uh, not natives. So you should take notes and write it down. We have 17 consonants, and many of you too who were born in Haiti don't know, no insult, don't know those things. So it's important to write it down because it's very important. So it's a b, sh, d, f, j, h, j, k, l, m, n, p, r, s, t, v, z. So those are the consonants. We have 15 vowels. Those 15 vowels are a, e, I, o, u, un, on, an, oui, y. So let's move on quick. We also have the contracted form. In Creole, like in English, as we have seen it in English or in French, the contracted form is very common. And the contracted form also, it's needed in Creole. It's needed in the spoken language and it's needed in the written language. As we have it in English, it's needed. So I want you to be aware of that. We have contracted form in Creole, and it's very useful. You're gonna use it a lot. So the contracted form is formed how? How do you form the contracted form? By removing a vowel. Let's move to the next slide. Or a group of vowels of the first word. Alright, let's stop here. The first word. For instance, we have two words. For instance, we have in English do not, which is contracted to give you don't, which is contracted to don't. So in English, in Creole, we don't have do not. We have, for instance, two words like moins, up. You're gonna see it in a short period of time, very quickly. In the next slide, we have moins up. Moins up is contracted to give you map. We instead of saying moins up all the time, we most of the time say map. You will hear a lot of Haitians say map. A lot of Haitian. So you replace the group of vowels, or the group of vowels, or that vowel who belonged to the first word. You replace it by an apostrophe. Here we go. Here's the example. Is that clear? It means I. The next thing is the sound of W. So you see that W? We don't say W in Creole. We said woo. So it's not difficult. You see the way you like said well. So you like when you listen to the word well, but us we pronounce that W the same way you pronounce it. It's wap wap. Okay, up wap. Okay, so you're gonna see it later on when we dive deeper into this course, into this tutorial, whatever you wanna call it. So I think the next slide is, I think everybody's pretty, okay. Next is, there's a difference between and a. For instance, in Creole, it's very hard to make the difference. I mean, if you're not a non, if you're not a, if you are not a native, for instance, me as a native and many Haitians would know the difference. Well, for instance, we have wood. In Creole, we don't say wood. The word for wood is wood, wood. Okay, it's wood. However, we have also that sound. Sometimes people don't, in English it's hard. For instance, in English the way you pronounce the R is like almost like a W, but in Creole, okay, in Creole you gotta be very careful. The R is like, it's from the, you pronounce it from your throat. We say rat, okay, and we say wood, rat, wood. Is very important. And I think that's it. We'll see you later. Oh, sorry, we have that last slide. Sorry. So in Creole, also, um, it is very important to pronounce a word before you break it down into one or more syllables. Knowing the syllables, you will be able to properly split the word. For instance, many of you not only want to speak Creole, but you also want to write it down. So it's very important to know all the syllables. They work as, the work as, syllables work in English. See, in English, how you split word using syllables, or so the same thing in Creole. Yeah, need to split the word according to the sound. And Creole is a very it's a very interesting language, and you have to know the rules to speak it. And once you know the rules, sorry, my accent. Once you know the rules, nobody will be able to uh, nobody will I don't want to say anything. That's fine. So you will do that. You will understand uh, deeper things. You will also probably be able to speak French. Because it's the Creole is a deviation. It's like a deviation, or like we always say, it's like a book in French. All right, thank you very much. Bye.